好，吕先生呢现在正在写作的呢是一个中文书法当中非常重要的一个字，代表女性的一个字“凤”。
So, my name is Malcolm Evers from New York Business Consultants, and I have the great honor to introduce Mr. Johnny Lu, a world-famous Chinese-American artist who is painting here live for us one of his famous works about the peace dragon, which is a very famous and important symbol of peace in East and Western culture.
好，那吕先生呢现在正在写的另外的一个字呢，代表着我们的男性形象，叫做龙。好，大家可以看到吕先生将龙跟凤用一种艺术的形式连接在了一起，代表着男性和女性作为世界上非常重要的两种力量应该在一起，而要创造的呢，则是中间吕先生将要写下的4个字。让我们一起来期待一下。好，那吕先生最后写下4个字，我们可以看一下，叫做世界和平 （World Peace）。所以实际上代表着我们的男性和女性应该在一起创造出世界和平。Men and women, male and female, should join their hands to create this beautiful theme, world peace.
Because here at Lucoral, it is not just about business, it is also about the arts and making a contribution to society. So Johnny Lu and his team and company have been supporting many events, have been supporting the United Nations, have been at many shows like New York fashion shows where his works have been shown. And here we are able to see it live, how such a work comes into realization.
好，大家好，我是王早早，我是主持人。那么今天呢，很高兴能够在这里为大家介绍吕明建吕先生的艺术作品。那么，正如我的男搭档刚才提到，吕先生是一位非常著名的书法家、商人、和平家和慈善家。那么他呢，参与了联合国的很多活动，包括和我们的美国总统奥巴马也有着非常良好的关系。那么接下来呢，我们就将为您详细的介绍吕先生以及他的家族。
Mr. Lu, it is a great honor having us document your work as a businessman, as a philanthropist, and as a famous artist.
我们将用中文和英文的方式一起为大家展现我们吕先生的以及他的家族对世界和平所做出的贡献。
It's Malcolm Evers from New York Business Consultants. I'm here with my wonderful co-host, dear friend Zhao Zhao, and world-famous philanthropist, businessman, and peace advocate, Mr. Johnny Lu from the World Chinese Culture and Arts Foundation. So we are here to share a little bit about the philosophy of this businessman and this famous artist. And Johnny, it's a great honor being here, great honor speaking to you, and we would appreciate if you could share with us a bit more about the symbolism behind your work.
那大家好，我是王早早。那这边呢是我的男搭档 Marco Evers。那么今天呢，我们在著名的慈善家、书法家以及艺术家吕明建先生的办公室里，一起呢来跟大家探讨一下中国文化，探讨我们的龙文化，以及我们吕先生的经商之道、为人之道。好，那吕先生您好，非常高兴今天能来到您的工作室，能够一睹您的风采。那接下来呢，我们将对您做一些简单的采访，也让我们的观众更加的了解您。
好，在龙年的时候，我把一幅很大的，超100公尺的一个写字，在联合国展出。在联合国展出的话，它上面写老子的道，就比道有龙而期待。这个是在联合国，而且联合国的这个背景后面是用那个沙龙的这个雕像的正前面，但是我们在这里就把所有的龙就跟用道的道理，所以这本书的话是所有的老子里面，把它跟那个中国最伟大的老子的哲理连在一起，来发扬龙的精神，在全世界世界和平。
是，没错。So Johnny talked about the calligraphy and the Taoism. So Marco, do you have any questions for Mr. Lu?
Yes, I was curious about the importance of the dragon in your work, because we see dragons in your calligraphy. We're right here in front of a beautiful peace dragon statue. We're working on a peace dragon award ceremony with the United Nations. So the dragon comes back as a symbol in your work, and I'm sure our viewers are interested and curious to learn more about it.
是，那么刚才呢，我的男搭档问了我们的吕先生一个问题，就是龙的形象反复的出现在吕先生的艺术作品当中。那么吕先生也提到了，他即将呢设立一个叫做世界和平龙奖，是非常重要的一个概念。那么呢，我们就非常的好奇，为什么吕先生会选中龙的这个形象？在他的心中，龙又对他意味着什么？吕先生可以给大家讲一下。
龙的话，我们中国来讲都想是中国是龙的传人。但是在日本、韩国、不丹、尼泊尔，在全世界将近有35亿的人都是跟龙有关系。但是西方的话，龙的话是也是有龙的存在。但我现在讲说那个，就瞧全世界当个的微理解来讲的话，世界是一个系统，所以当然有中国阴阳有方面是说怎么样子可以平衡。比如说东方是龙的传人，但是是皇帝拥有龙，其他人不能有龙的这个形象。但西方的话是民主政治的话，他希望说，纵使当皇帝，也希望要做好，要不然会被期待的。那另外我们讲说这个龙的话，在后面有个图画龙，这今年的去年的话，在库尔索里的这个车站，它展出。所以说展出的时候就把这个龙故意变成龙是有黑人的龙，有黑的龙，有黄的龙，有白的龙，有美国印第安的龙，就等这个龙的话是全世界都拥有这龙，不是中国是龙的传人这概念，而是变地球上每一个民族每一个都跟龙有关系，有直接很多的教育在里面。
Thank you, Johnny. Now we need your clarification, Zaza.
Sure. He talked about a lot of things. First of all, we always claim that we are the descendants of the dragon. But in his point of view, the dragon belongs to the world. Every race in this world celebrates the concept of dragon. So he created this very inspiring piece because he used all these colors to represent all these races in the world. Like African American, Indian, Chinese, no matter what, you celebrate this concept. And he used this to represent the world and the world peace because you created the same artwork with all this color within it. So this is a harmonious moment of the beauty of arts.
So diversity makes things better, and that is something you have to embrace in business. Your customers are from all around the world, and in arts. If you only had one color, it would be hard to do a great artwork. So we appreciate it that Mr. Johnny Liu embraces diversity in business and embraces diversity in his artworks.
And we also talk about the exhibitions at all these important occasions like United Nations, also in all these museums. All the people, they understand the concept created and try to elaborate by Mr. Liu.
We also want to mention that the World Chinese Arts and Culture Foundation is closely working with the United Nations and with international reputable partners to end poverty and to bring sustainable development to the world. Because you can only do great business, you can only do great artwork in a peaceful world. So it is important for Johnny Liu as a businessman, an artist and a philanthropist to support noble causes, to support peace through his business and also through his artworks, such as the Peace Dragon here in front of you.
是的，那么吕先生的世界中华文化艺术基金会呢，一直是积极的对世界做出贡献。那么在联合国倡导的消除饥饿、消除贫穷、保护世界和平的这样的议题方面呢，吕先生做出了突出的贡献。他将自己的很多的画作捐给了联合国，捐给了很多的博物馆，并且呢，将其中的很大一部分收入都无偿的捐献出来，以维护世界的和平、消除饥饿，能够希望以中华文化为承载、为传承，来向世界传播我们的大爱，传播我们的道家精神。
吕先生及其团队一直与联合国有积极的互动与合作。在联合国70周年时，吕先生及其团队曾经将一个龙形玉玺带到联合国大楼门前，以示对于世界和平的期盼和助力。接下来就让我们看一段当时的新闻纪录片，一起回顾一下这个历史性的时刻。
百年前宁静的一个 Mr. Mogens Likatov, President of the General Assembly, distinguished heads of state and government, Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, the 70th session of the General Assembly has opened with a towering achievement. The adoption of the 2030 Agenda, including 17 inspiring Sustainable Development Goals, the SDGs. Our aim is clear, our mission is possible, and our destination is in our sight. An end to extreme poverty by 2030, a life for peace and dignity for all. What counts now is translating promises on paper into change on the ground. We owe this and much more to the vulnerable, the oppressed, the displaced, and forgotten people in our world. We owe this to a world where inequality is growing, trust is fading, and impatience with leadership can be seen and felt far and wide. We owe this to succeeding generations, in the memorable words of the Charter. In this year, in which we mark the 70th anniversary of the United Nations, we must heed to the call of the Charter and hear the voices of we the peoples. This is how we can overcome the grim realities of the present and seize the remarkable opportunities of our era.
Hello, my name is Malko Ebers and I'm on the board of the New York City Peace Museum, and I'm here with two incredible women, two advocates for peace, right in front of the United Nations headquarters in New York City. And we have a symbol for peace from China here, a really amazing work of art, and we'll speak more about that. I'm here with Deborah Cummings from Lucoral, a wonderful company dedicated to peace. And maybe, Deborah, you can tell us a little bit more about the company, just briefly, what it does, where it's located. That would be wonderful.
The New York office of Lucoral is at 246 West 38th Street, but it is an international company. It's a pearl farm originally, but it believes strongly in world peace and in a positive environment. And they work very, very hard at creating situations that promote and protect people and animals from all over the world.
Carolyn, you can talk a bit more about what is the mission of that organization, why does it matter, what does it do?
Hi, how are you? My name is Caroline Fu, and my Chinese name is Xiaobo Fu. I'm Vice President of the World Chinese Arts Foundation. And also, I'm a friend with Zhang Yudu. We always have some events to promote peace and Chinese culture. why in our culture, the dragon is the son from God. So this dragon brings us so many things. And in China, all those appears, they represent those dragon's sons. That's why the Chinese people, they respect dragon more than any countries and any culture.
This is a piece of unique art of Chinese culture, a dragon that is strong because we need strong peace advocates like you, Carolyn, and like you, Deborah. So we need strong symbols for peace. And I should add, I met Johnny Lu and I got to know him not just as a savvy businessman, but also as an amazing artist. Maybe you can speak a little more, Deborah, about his calligraphy, his passion for art and for peace.
Johnny is a world famous calligrapher. He believes in Mandarin calligraphy, and he is world famous for his peace dragons in calligraphy. People come from all over the world to have Johnny paint for them. He can create dragons in a matter of minutes, and anything else you might want in calligraphy. He is famous. He has got exhibitions all over the world. He has peace calligraphy at the United Nations. He also has it at the White House. And many famous people prize his work. So this is one of the things we want to make clear to people in both English and in Chinese, that there's a lot of positive, powerful people interested in harmony and world peace.
3月22号的时候的2012年，奥巴马要到韩国去，又限和和平会前2天，我特别写了和平龙，经过朋友给奥巴马先生，让他知道东方文化的差别的一种彼此的了解跟协和。
And here you have a beautiful example how art really transforms people and brings people together, because one of Johnny Lu's artworks was presented to President Obama in 2012 to facilitate the partnerships, the dialogue between East and West, which is pictured here very well. You see President Obama and the artwork. So that is a great example how art truly changes the world.
Yes, it's actually about the North Korea nuclear proliferation. So they try to bring the world peace through the artwork that Johnny Lu presented to President Obama. When he goes to Korea, probably Ms. Liu want him to bear in mind that no matter East or West, we care about peace. And the world is our home. It's a village. It's our very dear home. We want to make it better for everyone.
So this artwork was inspired by a speech of President Obama that Mr. Johnny Lu listened to. And you see the beautiful colors, you see the passion, you see the brush stroke, and you see how poor and rich people are made out of the same fabric. We are all the same, whether we are poor or rich. And Johnny, if you can share with your audience what motivated you to make this beautiful artwork, that would be great.
我去看的那个奥巴马的就职典礼在华盛顿 DC， 但奥巴马说神保佑美国，神要照顾美国的东边、西边，对于教育上、对食物上各方面的问题。但我想说，人类的话应该是一个要思考要一个全面的，所以龙的代表在全世界有白人有龙，黑人有龙，全世界红就全世界各民族都是跟龙有关系的。然后的话就有关于地球上的食物应该是全世界的食物教育方面的资源是共同拥有的，这样才比较对世界和平有贡献。所以这个幅的写的那我们全部有17幅，重点是如何帮助全世界是一个地球村，食物教育方面中是应该是都是要和平共有享受的。
So what Mr. Liu is talking about is that the concept of dragon has been celebrated by all the races in the world. So based on that very thoughts, all the goods in the world should be shared. Like the food, water, the environment should also be shared by all the race.
Here you see one of Johnny Lu's artworks depicting the symbol of a man and a woman. And before we were going through some of his works, for example about climate change, and it reminded me very, very much of the Sustainable Development Goals of the United Nations. When these days you go to the United Nations, then you will see the 17 symbols, and they are reflected here in the artworks. Also, Johnny's artwork really matches the Sustainable Development Goals of the UN because it supports and encourages gender equality, the fight against climate change, and the other goals the international community has given itself. So I was very impressed to see the reference, how you support, how your artwork matches the United Nations.
好，还可以吧？还要写什么吗？就这样哈，好，这是带着啊。
不是，这你写什么呢？还有一个
你决定。
不是，这个你来写。
好，你看要写什么？
你谁送给谁的？
你要写你要金刚金刚跑王是吧？写金刚跑王是吧？
收藏了。
好，金。这样可以吗？好，这是等一下就这样带回去啊，可以吗？
谢谢。
好，我带到楼上去，尽管老大哥。
太大了，你再放在你这儿吧。
没不，你带走。
我不带的，因为流传你这里就行。
好，也可以。我们到楼上。
挂在这里，挂在这里。
好吧。
我们到楼上。
好，咱们楼上看。
到楼上。请到楼上。
正如各位观众所看到的，吕明健先生及其团队和美国的政要以及联合国都有着良好的关系以及长期的合作。那么接下来，请继续欣赏另一段和联合国以及全球性议题相关的专题纪录片。
A unique, valuable piece of Chinese art and culture here, which symbolizes peace, and copies will be given to various ambassadors, leaders at the United Nations, in order to contribute to peace and have Chinese culture set aside for dialogue, cultural exchange through the arts. It's a unique, very heavy piece of Chinese art and culture, and it symbolizes wealth, good fortune, and peace. And this is the dragon that is inside the UN. It will be given as a gift to UN officials to symbolize peace, because the only dragon statue that you find at the United Nations is outside, which is a more negative symbol. So here, Johnny Lu, a team from Lucoral, they wanted to set a sign for peace, for cultural understanding through a positive sign.
We, the peoples of the United Nations, determined to save succeeding generations from the scourge of war,
que 2 veces durante nuestra vida ha infligido a la humanidad sufrimientos indecibles.
وأن نؤكد من جديد إيماننا بالحقوق الأساسية للإنسان وبكرامة الفرد وقدره وبما للرجال والنساء والأمم كبيرها وصغيرها من حقوق متساوية.
创造适当环境，彼可维持正义，尊重由条约与国际法其他渊源而起之义务，久而浮现。
À favoriser le progrès social et instaurer de meilleures conditions de vie dans une liberté plus grande.
целях, проявлять терпимость и жить вместе, в мире друг с другом, как добрые соседи.
وأن نضم قوانا كي نحتفظ بالسلم والأمن الدولي.
À accepter des principes et instituer des méthodes garantissant qu'il ne sera pas fait usage de la force des armes, sauf dans l'intérêt commun.
运用国际机构以促成全球人民经济及社会之进展。
Решили объединить наши усилия для достижения этих целей.
Accordingly, our respective governments, through representatives, assembled in the city of San Francisco,
que han exhibido sus plenos poderes encontrados en buena y debida forma.
قد ارتضت ميثاق الأمم المتحدة هذا.
and do hereby establish an international organization to be known as the United Nations.
Long live the United Nations.
You learned a little bit about Lucoral and the symbolic power of the Chinese dragon. A very strong, a very positive symbol that you can have in your home, you can have in your office, not just to own a piece of unique craftsmanship and a piece that expresses Chinese culture and international culture, but also to support the Peace Foundation, to support a good cause, and to show with this purchase, but also with reaching out to Carolyn, to Deborah, that you want to be part of that wider peace movement. Because we're here not so much as businessmen or artists, but as peace advocates, and we want you to be part of it, and we look forward to hearing from you. So please connect to learn more about Johnny Lou's legacy, Johnny Lou's business success, and Johnny Lou's mission and legacy as an artist and a philanthropist who has worked all his life to bringing people together and for peace in the world.
如果呢，您想要更多的了解我们吕先生以及他所代表的世界中华文化艺术基金会，了解他们今后的活动的情况，那么请继续关注我们的视频。